Hey everyone. One video I made before in the past was a video of me reacting to the insane beginning of the SniperWolf and Jack's film drama, where we went from a tame story to it being borderline illegal with SniperWolf doxing him. This is naturally terrifying to be a victim of in the shoes of Jack, because she has an absolute rabid fan base that will immediately harass anyone who criticizes her. This is a shocking turn of action, but it's kind of not that surprising because it is SniperWolf. So she had the excuse of a 5-year-old, I think it wasn't that big of a deal, and even joking about it after. But now, she's been receiving more hate, with another YouTuber, Azzyland, coming out and showing proof of her very clearly copying her content, ranging from thumbnails to even down the exact accent. You could even make this kind of stuff up even if you tried. And to be honest, after seeing how much evidence there was supporting this, I would have thought some fan base would have come out earlier to call her out. But after seeing this video, I can't see how any person, no matter how much of a dedicated fan they are, could still support SniperWolf.
December 31st, 2018, House Tour, Red Dress. July 14th, 2019, House Tour, same red dress. Whilst this may seem like an insignificant detail, this is just a few of the many examples of SniperWolf completely stealing the identity of another YouTuber. And to make matters worse, SniperWolf went on an extensive smear campaign in order to ruin the reputation of the original creator, weaponizing her young audience in all the worst ways possible. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the recent horrible developments in the SS SniperWolf situation. To fully understand this video, I recommend you watch my last video on SS SniperWolf, but here's a quick recap of what we went over. SS SniperWolf, aka Leah, is a YouTuber who gained notoriety for stealing content and re-uploading it to her 34 million sub YouTube channel with minimal commentary. She was arrested and charged 2 separate times for cases of armed robbery and disorderly conduct, which she tries to hide from the public. Historically, Leah has always been completely unhinged, going as far as to slander other female YouTubers to garner more attention for herself. It was recently revealed
how long did I say 6 years ago? Has she always just been pissed off about everyone? I'm guessing if I took like a deep dive, I could find like every single year her having drama with another creator. And you know, this Jack's film one and the, I can't remember her name, this new one recently that's said that she stole from her or copied her, which she kind of did, to be honest, with all content. I feel like it won't be the last one. There's gonna be like a new drama she's gonna get into next year.
This, however, would only be revealed to the public when the legal documents were exposed, showing that Leah had stole the channel from her husband in an attempt to cut him out of the business that he mostly built. On top of this, she recently doxed YouTuber Jack's films due to the fact that he was critiquing and making fun of her content. But this isn't even the half of it. Leah, or SniperWolf, has easily one of the most controversial paths of any big YouTubers on the platform. And by the end of this video, you'll see that none of this was even her own idea. On the 3rd of November, Jack's Films would break his silence on the situation, uploading a video titled "What Comes Next," where he would explain how ever since being doxed, him and his family fear leaving the house, whilst at the same time fear living in the house due to the world knowing where they live.
Hey everyone, long time no chat. These last few weeks have been pretty rough, to say the least. Aaron and I are okay, but we're just in this weird limbo of scared to leave our home and strongly considering moving, so it hasn't been great.
Jack would also announce that he'd be making a shift in content to be a positive version of SS SniperWolf. Instead of simply stealing content and adding no value,
I feel so bad for him. The idea of having to move house just because of some person just not giving a shit, just taking a picture of your house.
Provide some of his YouTube knowledge to help others improve their content.
I'm not going to go to TikTok's For You page and just grab whatever has 1 million likes. And on the flip side, if you're brave enough to send me your work, I'm not just going to stare at it, jaw agape, and go, man, that was something. I aim to constructively pick it apart, do deep dives, tell you what works and what I think could use some work, and kind of turn this channel into a workshop for creators. At least that's what I want to try.
Even after things seemed like they couldn't get any worse for Leah, they did, as the controversy would shine light on another disturbing and strange part of her career. The fact
it blows my mind that just after the Jackson drama, it immediately turned to her getting shit from someone else. If you haven't seen before, there's gonna be a lot of comparison between Azzyland and SniperWolf, and it's gonna be very clear that it was just very like copy and paste shit, just like near like identical thumbnails. But it's still mind blowing to me that there wasn't even like a real conclusion to to that Jack's film drama, because YouTube didn't really do shit, and I was kind of expecting like a lawsuit, because talking to someone to the point that they're scared of leaving their own house is pretty bad. So I was kind of like expecting something to happen between them, but since YouTube didn't really do shit, I guess Jack didn't feel safe to do so, because SniperWolf is pretty fucking rich. So if there was a lawsuit, she could easily just like buy the best lawyers. And since SniperWolf is like one of the biggest creators, they didn't really want to like instigate anything with her, because YouTube is terrified of like any lawsuits happening between them and someone else. So they played really safe, and they made like the awful decision of like, I think they banned her, no, not even banned her, they demonetized her for like a week or even less. So it had no real effect. And she clearly didn't care after, because it wasn't that big of a punishment, because 1 week of being demonetized isn't that big when you just carry on the next week. You keep on pumping video after video and make like the money back.
Completely stolen her accent, video ideas, personality, and style from another female reaction YouTuber, Azzyland. Azzyland, who we'll be simply referring to as Azzy, has over 13 million subscribers on YouTube and is most known for her reaction content.
Okay. Seems easy enough, but probably isn't. What? That's so satisfying.
And her hit auto-tune song bragging about money.
Seems like kind of like a unnecessary blow. Would you say this auto-tuned?
Whilst Azzy has less than half of SniperWolf's subscribers, Azzy is Leah's biggest competitor. And if you watched my last video, you'd know that Leah does not like competition and is willing to ruin their reputation to be the prime creator in the niche. Over the past 4 years, this behavior has been evident, as on the 2nd of May 2020, Leah would upload a video titled Funniest Yearbook Quotes, where 2 minutes and 42 seconds in, she would go on the offensive, calling out Azzyland for quote, stealing her identity.
The wise words of Michael Wilson. Remember to always be yourself, unless you suck. Then pretend to be somebody else. And that's on Azzyland.
This wasn't the first time.
God, that's so petty. Especially when you can compare like the video dates, and it was her Azzyland's video came way earlier than hers.
No, we are not friends, and she's been copying my videos, thumbnail style, the way I talk for years. Like she's trying to convince people she's me. Up until this point, Leah controlled the public narrative that Azzy was stealing her accent, personality, video ideas, and content style. However, this would all change on the 10th of November 2023, when commentary YouTuber Nerd City would publish a video titled SS SniperWolf Stole Her Life, where in the video, he would host the platform for Azzy to finally share her side of the story and flip the narrative by sharing her experiences with Leah, and how Leah was allegedly the one stealing the content, accent, and personality from her. Whilst many have labeled this controversy as the battle of the mid due to the nature of both Azzy's and Leah's content, it's actually quite disturbing.
It is kind of, you know, it is true. I wouldn't watch either of the content, but I can definitely feel like this way level of quality in Azzyland's video than the SniperWolf's.
It's also the difference is SniperWolf is telling them that it's a problem. So it's not just that these fans notice and they're organically being like, oh, I saw SniperWolf's video first, and now I see Azzy's video, and this is the same, and they're reaching their own conclusion that you had copied her.
What is your opinion on?
Even if you put it side by side, Azzyland has more energy in the content, where SniperWolf just like does the most basic reaction, like oh my god, like giving no actual like response.
That one a 5.
To be fair, when you're making content for kids, you don't really have to put as much energy into it.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, I have fans like, I guess, playing both sides and like messaging me and telling me that she's DMing them, and like she's kind of like encouraging people to hate on me. I think like that's very manipulative, because she's in a position of power and she knows that by messaging. I just want to read this DM real quick. Very sad you say that, because he's been copying my videos and thumbnails for months. Oh, is that Azzyland or SniperWolf? I'll just keep on reading. For months, why don't you check my older videos? I've been doing these thumbnails of it first and longer. Please get your facts straight. So it was Azzyland. But man, it blows my mind how someone this old and big, in terms of like YouTube, can still be this childish. It's not that surprising, because most people that get this point and are this popular do get like a bit egotistical. And you can definitely see that in SniperWolf, because the deal for getting her fans on Azzyland for taking her content, I guess,
it just seems so childish to me. And how can you really sick your fans on someone for copying your style when you can just compare the dates and see that like came after hers, therefore you're actually the one stealing her style? And it's very clear. Like I know it's very like kind of like schizophrenic to compare even bigger details like the red dress, but when you compile all of them together, it does feel like nearly impossible to say that it was a coincidence. It's so bizarre.
Children that they'll be starstruck.
They'll believe her.
They'll be starstruck.
The video would also cover the levels of harassment Azzy was getting as a result of Leah weaponizing her young audience against her.
What was the scale of this kind of harassment of you? Like how many short form videos were you seeing that were accusing you of copying her?
This became like a really big issue as soon as TikTok became popular, and it started blowing up on there because anybody can make a short form video and things can...
Sure. Imagine the Venn diagram of like SniperWolf fans and TikTok users has to be like the most toxic group of people you can ever imagine.
Go really viral on there. Like there was fans that had like 100 followers, they would post it, and within the end of the week they would have like 5 million views on it. And that really encouraged people to make these videos, and I think it accumulated like people just like hating. And it was hundreds and hundreds of fans making videos. Yeah, anonymous accounts.
Later in the video, Nerd City would uncover how Leah would Photoshop her photos whilst targeting others who did the same.
One of your first negative interactions with her, she was trying to say that she does not edit her photos and you do.
Yeah, which it's just why even go there?
It's extremely obvious that Leah believes there's only room for one person in her niche, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to wipe out her competitors.
She doesn't want to be compared positively.
How do you have competitors on YouTube? It's not like a product market where you have to fight for customers because you can either go to you and buy your stuff or go to someone else. But on YouTube, there's never really a competition because anyone can watch whoever they want. Like you can have fans share the same interests with someone else, and at some point that's kind of good because you are creating this bigger market for content that people like, which attracts more people to your videos as well. It creates a healthy community. Like I don't really see the point unless you have really die-hard fan bases that like to compare who's better. Even if someone does title someone else as like a better creator, that doesn't really mean that your stuff is bad. People will still watch your stuff, but I'm guessing people will still want to like hold this person at a higher level. But I've always thought it was better for people to just like work together, and even if you don't have to like directly be together like in collabs, I still think it's good for like on YouTube as well. If there's a lot of similar content, it does boost those kind of videos more because they're more popular in the algorithm, which would then attract more people to your content. So it doesn't really seem that aggressive to me to like stump out any competition so you can be the sole person that makes that kind of content, because you can still have a lot of people watch other videos but still prefer yours. Like there really is no like threat of people taking your fans.
With you, she wants to crush you and be the only one getting the compliment.
Me versus 10 other girls. Anyways, I commented on this girl. I was like, you look so retarded or something. One pic was a super filtered pic of the girl. Oh, did I mention she had too much Photoshop and filter? It's just that. And then they're saying I'm fake. But the chubby girls posting pics in their bra and undies.
It's greedy. She wants it all. She wants to dominate that comparison and have no peer.
Later in the video would also expose how Leah completely stole Azzy's accent. For context, Azzy was born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and spent some time in Amsterdam, and her accent completely reflects that.
No, don't even pass that shit to me. And everyone knows, like, if you don't really like the person, you better have your own full splizzy, you know? Cause...
What? You see how she made her the bed? What? I cannot do that. I'm impressed. It was so smooth. It's a ducky, it's a ducky! Oh, he slipped in his collar.
No, now I want to see the comparison between the SniperWolf, because it does feel more fake and forced in.
For anyone who has seen Leah talk, you would know that her voice is extremely similar.
A 4-year-old girl is miraculously found drifting alone a half a mile from shore on a unicorn float. Where's her family? She should be
It's one of those things where like it's kind of like news anchors where they fake an accent so more people like them. It's like exact same situation with her.
Yeah.
Ironic thing is, I wanted to separate myself so much from SniperWolf that I started forcing myself to not talk like that, and now I don't know how to talk like that anymore. I like forgot.
The worst part of all this is that Leah completely deflects the fact that she's stealing someone else's voice and tries to play it off like others are actually the ones copying her, in this case, Azzy. The copying doesn't end here though, as a large portion of Leah's videos, ideas, and titles are directly taken from Azzy without credit.
How many times have you noticed that she's copied your thumbnails or a title or whatever? Did you ever bother to count them?
Things that are like very obvious. Like,
there's no way you can count them because it's actually countless.
Minimum like 50, but if you're not counting those, like up to 200.
Ones where you've got her dead to rights, like for sure, 50. And then some where it's like maybe just coincidental, but it's like partial copying, 200.
I refuse to believe it's coincidental because you can clearly tell there's always one picture that sells a video that people just see and click on, and SniperWolf understands that you need that picture. Like if she wanted to, she could grab another thumbnail or grab another screenshot and put it in place. For example, like on this thumbnail, the filet of fish, right? She could have picked any other video for this kind of title, but she picked this one. It's so weird because I'm guessing it does kind of like, it's kind of funny, so with the cheese on the side, so I'm guessing it is for like that comedy factor, but at the same time I really get a sense that she wants to like reel in fans from Azzyland who might see her video, and if the video is small enough, you could accidentally confuse SniperWolf's video for Azzyland, and you click on it and then you're like, oh wait, this isn't Azzyland, but I guess I'll keep watching. It does feel like she's trying to like catch off guard other people to like attract them to her channel, and it's just so scummy. And when you do that over like 50 times, you will get more people, and at that point you can't really blame it on being, coincidence.
I think she has made her community obsessive about like copying and how wrong it is, and I see them like constantly attacking like other like creators who are like starting up when it's not, they're not even copying. It's like they're playing the same game as somebody else, and I think that that's really toxic.
Nerd City's video was over 30 minutes long and went into great depth explaining just how many ideas Leah stole from Azzy. And just hours after Nerd City's video was published, Dexoto would post a viral tweet covering the situation, reading, SS SniperWolf has been accused by fellow YouTuber Azzyland of copying her content, stealing her presenting style, inciting harassment.
She's one of those people that whenever she sees a bit of criticism, like XQC, she immediately like responds to it, like right off the bat. Oh, she didn't. I wouldn't have been surprised because she has replied to even dumber shit before. Oh, I was right.
Reading, I have a backup of videos and screenshots before she changed the thumbnails to make it look like I copied her. I have proof she copied my thumbnails, SEO, the way I speak, the jokes I make. The way you're trying to manipulate this is fraud. I have screenshots of you
let me finish
uploading the
this.
same video as me minutes after I upload on multiple occasions. The fact
fuck off. Oh yeah. Oh, God bless community notes. For actually, this was probably the best feature added on Twitter because people are able to like objectively prove other people wrong.
Go on a video and lie about everything is insane to me. A community note on the tweet would state, this doesn't prove anything. The videos cited for evidence only have similar titles and don't contain the same thumbnail or clips. Both Azzyland and SS SniperWolf have created videos with almost the same title before. The following day on the
Oh fuck off, no, it's very clearly like Azzyland did it first. But I do love how community notes are just like the blind justice, just swinging the gavel down. But this kind of strategy of like trying to prove other people wrong, it just pisses me off so much. It's like she understands that she can't really have a good defense against proving that her content is original compared to Azzyland's. So she's trying to do like a complete 180 that's so bizarre that'll kind of work. Where she says like, no, Azzyland stole from me, even though there's no evidence against that. But that'll probably track enough like strong fans of her that will actually defend her on Twitter, because it was very clearly like on the TikTok segment there was so many videos of like her fans making like TikToks proving that Azzyland stole from her even though there was no real evidence, but they just did it anyway because they're blind fans of SniperWolf and they want to support like their favorite YouTuber because they see him as a victim. And it feels like one of those things where people like to bandwagon to this thing because they feel like a strong sense of community and they feel like they're actually fighting for the right reason because they see SniperWolf as a victim. She definitely portrayed herself throughout this whole drama as her being the one being unrightly blamed, even though it's clearly not.
Of November, commentary legend Penguin Zero, aka Charlie, would upload a video titled New SS SniperWolf Drama, where he would shed light on the recent developments and share his opinion on the subject.
at the end of the day, it's TikTok Reacts. It's like the simplest thing ever. There's probably like 10 other YouTubers that have this exact same format and style that may have even preceded them. It's something that tons and tons of YouTubers will just shit out. But I'm not here to really dive into the quality of the content. It's more so the claim and all of the evidence presented for it. And based on everything in the Nerd City video, as well as a couple of other things that have been revealed, it really does seem like SniperWolf directly tried to copy from Azzyland in quite a few aspects, even outside of just like thumbnails and all of that. And at the very least, drew huge inspiration from it, if I'm going to be extremely charitable and generous. There are a ton of similarities, an outrageous amount for it to just be a coincidence, in my opinion.
The mounting evidence paints a disturbing picture of someone who is willing to steal ideas, identities, and unfairly smear others just to gain more views and subscribers. Leah's response to the allegation show a lack of remorse and accountability, and her pattern of behavior indicates someone who prioritizes fame and greed over integrity and honesty. The case around Leah is likely going to continue escalating, so make sure you're subscribed to stay updated. If you thought the case of SniperWolf was bad, watch my video on screen about Illuminati.
Yeah, I don't feel like Azzyland's gonna win this one, because with SniperWolf being this, she has like both strong sides of, you know, being rich and having a strong community, and I feel like this one's gonna slowly die out to the point that it's gonna be forgotten about, and SniperWolf's not gonna have to like do anything because nothing happened to her. But it's so annoying to watch this kind of stuff where someone is so big they can basically make up any defense and it'll work, because their fans just so brain dead that they will follow anything they said. Like, I feel like SniperWolf can make her own army if she tried to, because the fans are just so spineless. They will go with anything she says. It's so annoying. The only thing we'll see now is like what's gonna be the big drama to actually bring her down a bit, because Jack's Films one was pretty bad, but there wasn't like enough backlash to get someone big like YouTube to do something against her. Yeah, I feel like something big has to happen where even YouTube can't even disagree and be like, we're gonna have to take action, like actual big action, like not demonetize her for like 2 days or a week. It has to be something pretty bad. So it'll probably be that, or something illegal that brings her to like an actual like legal case that she can't win and she won't to do YouTube anymore. I feel like with someone this arrogant and annoying that just thinks like they're like invincible, something will happen that leads to them being brought down. And with someone this big, I feel like there's some behind the scenes drama that hasn't been revealed yet, but at some point will probably come in the future, because it's nearly impossible to not be this huge and blatantly shitty that there's something in your private life that you're doing that someone will eventually point out. So I guess we'll just have to see. And it probably will be something bad. I mean, she's done plenty of bad shit before in the past, but I bet you there's one big drama that will make everyone agree like, yeah, you're a horrible person. Even her fans will eventually realize like she's just an awful person. Just watch and support.
But the common wicked, I set the fire just like